Hi YouTube, it's Yasmin, and today's video is going to be a little short video for you guys about how I've been coping with my fiance's death and some tips for you guys as well if you're going through some troubling times and you just lost somebody. It's been about 4 months, a little over 4 months since my fiance Jamie has died. He was killed overseas in Afghanistan, and I can say now I'm in a good place right now, 4 months later. I'm not going to sit there and lie to you and say it gets easier to deal with, because it doesn't. You just learn how to cope with it better, you know. So that's really what's been happening with me. When I first found out Jamie had passed, it was about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday night, and I was up at that Friday. I felt in my heart something wasn't right, you know. I felt it, and so I couldn't sleep that night. I was tossing and turning all night long, and I got a phone call early in the morning, and his sister had called me, and she was crying on the phone, and I just immediately knew something was wrong. So then she broke the news to me. You know, I was devastated at first. I couldn't even, like, I really didn't believe it. So I was in denial with it, because I had talked to him on the 12th of September. We had a great conversation, and he had told me, you know, he was like, maybe a couple of days before I talk to you again, because I'll be pretty busy. So I was just thinking about that. I was like, this has to be a mistake here, you know. And so at first, like, everybody was asking me, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, you know, because I really didn't believe it. And people was like, does she even have feelings, you know, because I wasn't crying or anything like that. But it hit me first when his body was flown into Richmond. I was at the airport with his family, and I saw his body in the casket, you know, and then it was almost there. It was almost hitting me. But I was still reluctant to believe that was him inside that casket, you know. I was praying, I was like hoping, wishing, all that it wasn't him in there. And so we finally got to see his body at the funeral home, and that's when it hit me. I think that's when it hit me then, because I seen him right there. I knew it was him, you know. And at that time, that's when I became very bitter in life. I became unhappy, all that stuff, because I felt like, how can such a great man be taken away from me so soon, you know. And after his funeral, for like weeks, well, actually months, I couldn't get out of bed. I would just stay in the bed all day long. I was living an unhappy life, basically, and it was to the point where I didn't want to eat anything, I couldn't sleep, didn't want to shower, didn't want to do anything like that. And I did that for like 2 months, and then one day I had an epiphany. It was like, he told you before he left, he always wants you to be happy, and you being in bed the whole time like this, it's not making you happy, it's making you worse. And I have tons and tons of pictures of him around my room, and it was to the point where I couldn't even look at them without crying or anything like that. And it was just, I was like in a bad place in my life then. But once I had this epiphany, I started taking little baby steps with it. I finally got out of bed, took showers on a normal basis. I started to eat again. I started taking care of myself again. I really haven't been going out still as much, because every time I go out, I feel kind of guilty for going out. I know I shouldn't feel that way, but I still do sometimes. But like I said, I'm taking baby steps. even if it's like going out for a couple hours with some friends, it's still progress, you know. At first I couldn't even like go to IHOP because we would always go to IHOP. He loved IHOP, I loved IHOP. It was our restaurant in Red Lobster, love it. And I couldn't even go to those restaurants without feeling guilty for going there, you know, because I knew exactly what he would order, all that, you know. A lot of stuff reminded me of him, like cars, like little things. I would hear our song on the radio. I was just at a bad point, you know, so I couldn't even drive or anything like that. It was just, I was like, just so losing my mind, I guess. But now, it's been 4 months, and I'm going to show you some of the steps I have taken. I got a dog. I'm going to show you my dog real fast. This is my little dog. She's a little rescue doggy. Well, she's not well, she's a little bit. This is my baby. She was something new. I never had a dog before, and it took my mind off it a little bit because I had to take care of her, you know. So I had to get something new in my life. That's the first thing. I changed something as well. I used to have really long, gorgeous hair, but I cut it off. I needed something to change. So the first thing was hair. I didn't want to lose any weight. I'm pretty small, so I was like, what can I change? So hair was the first thing that came to mind. So I cut it all off, and I did like different stuff. I changed up different stuff. Like I got a new hair color. I went blonde. Had black hair before. So I keep things changed up and different, I guess. Like I said, I take baby steps on going out. I try to go out at least once a month now. I've been going out for about 2 months now. Like I said, I was 2 months in the bed, and then I had this epiphany to get up out of bed and to live again. So I try to go out at least once a month. Sometimes I can go longer. It depends on where I'm going at. Sometimes I like to try different things. Something new I've tried was going to aquariums and stuff like that. I do that a lot now. I love it. I picked up a new hobby. I love reading. Reading was something I did like a long time ago, like in high school. And so now, since I have so much time on my hands, and reading takes my mind off of it, and I get a lot of books that stimulate my mind. Like I love action books, I love dramas, I love romance books. So I do little things like that. So I bought like 10 books, and I read them all already, so I'm gonna get some more. I turned to music as well. I love music. So I turned to music. Music helps me out a lot. And also church.